the wonderful Meg Koo with Secret Love.
I hope you're hungry. So every morning in the Olin dining hall, I would get the same exact thing for breakfast. Eggs and bacon on a bed of white rice, all covered in ketchup. Overall, the meal was okay, although the bacon was difficult to cut with a fork and spoon, my utensils of choice. If I had it my way, though, I would have lost the bacon. Because what I really wanted with my eggs and rice and ketchup was Spam. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Spam is a blend of pork and, according to the label, mechanically separated chicken. Mmm. When I peel back the lid of a Spam can, I'm greeted by pale pink meat and the aroma that comes with it, a vague scent of ham and notes of cat food. But perhaps Spam's greatest feature is the sound it makes when it is extracted from the can. My personal technique is to flip the can completely upside down and shake it until the meat releases, creating a low-pitched slurping sound, sort of like as it frees from the can's walls. Now, I know what you're thinking, and trust me, I've already heard it. I know that when you think of Spam, you throw up a little inside. Or sometimes you don't hide it, like when you make fake retching noises to my face when I use the words Spam and yummy in the same sentence. And I know better than to pop open a can of Spam around others. This past summer, I worked as an intern out in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I shared my apartment with an intern who happened to be, let's just say, vegan. I can vividly remember the first and only time I opened Spam in our apartment kitchen. She walked in to see me fighting a pink block of mystery meat as I was trying to shake it out of the oblong can. Instead of running away, she sat at the kitchen counter, her eyes not straying away from the Spam. "I just want to watch," she said, as if I was a participant in a particularly lurid fear factor challenge. And it's not just the vegans who seem worried about Spam. My immunology classmates weren't huge fans either. I know this because my immunology professor mentioned to the class that a previous student had written their final research paper on whether Spam causes cancer. The class immediately burst into laughter, punctuated with comments like, "Spam is so gross," and "ew," and "I wouldn't be surprised if it does." I didn't laugh with them. Part of me wanted to shout, "Actually, Spam is really tasty," while the rest of me wondered if I was going to get cancer, seeing as my body composition is at least 5% Spam. But most of all, I was embarrassed. Embarrassed that I enjoyed something that made so many of my peers react in disgust. So I hid behind my laptop, tuning out the spam shaming conversation going on around me by reading emails I already read and color coding my schedule by class and activity, which looks really nice. But I feel like such a coward keeping my love of Spam a secret. I recently decided to ask my family how the Spam mania began. I thought about asking my dad at breakfast, but he was quite occupied with his latest find from the grocery store. Spam spread. It looked like someone in R&D had taken a can of Spam, pureed it in the blender for a minute, and then repackaged it. "Try it," my dad insisted at breakfast. "If you eat it with your pancakes, it's just like Spam and bread." My verdict? Spam reminds other people of cat food. Spam spread reminds me of cat food. After breakfast, I asked my mom about when she started eating Spam and why. Without missing a beat, she remarked, "Spam is a luxury because it's imported from the US. You know that Americans colonized the Philippines, right?" To which I nodded. "But that's not why we like Spam. We like it because it's good with rice." My parents tried extremely hard to make sure their first-generation daughter fit in. They didn't speak Tagalog, the Filipino language, around me when I was younger because a study had come out saying that a child learning multiple languages would struggle to learn in school. That study has long since been disproved, but I barely understand the language. Spoons also became an issue. Like most Filipinos, I had learned how to eat almost every meal with a fork in one hand and a spoon in the other, using the edge of the spoon as a knife if need be. But that was not allowed during our American dinner evenings. "No one gets any spoons tonight," Mom would say authoritatively. This quickly became a problem when we had to face the pile of peas on our plates. After playing a long game of tag chasing down peas with our forks, the peas were winning, my mom gave up and passed out spoons so we could eat in peace. None of us really caught on to the fork and knife lifestyle. We know how they work. We're just not using them. Whenever I find my way back to the Olin dining hall, I'm not reaching for a knife. They're so blunt, they're worse than the spoons anyway. And I will still get the same meal for breakfast. But I know I'll be thinking about Spam almost every morning and how it would taste so much better with my eggs and rice than the mass-produced bacon. And I guess I could bring a can of Spam or two to campus, but I stand out for enough things already. I have a floor-length winter coat. All of my socks have either Star Wars characters or food like ramen or sushi or bubble tea on them. Everything hooked onto my backpack is super fluffy, like my fluffy bunny, and my fluffy owl, and my fluffy Pokemon. The things I stand out for are cute, they're whimsical, and at Olin, Spam doesn't fit my profile. To others, Spam seems more gross than cute, and I'm not ready to stand out that way. But Spam understands. It's been waiting for me at home. And we're back together, for now.